What's going on? Welcome back to Poolside Chat. My name is Todd, and I've got a new tournament series coming for you. We're playing in a USAPL Captains Tournament, playing some 8-ball. So you know what? Let's just dive right into it. So here we go to play. We are starting out this tournament. We're playing Irvin. Shoulder's a little in the way. He's a 438 Fargo to my 551 on this day. We do have to lag for the break. Playing some 8-ball. So this was a free to enter tournament, but we did have a Calcutta. But this was a free to enter tournament for any captain or co-captain from your teams. And what he did is he took everybody that was available, everybody that showed up, put them in a line, rated them by their Fargos from lowest to highest, and then split it pretty close to the middle. And then he had a high bracket and a low bracket. And he's going to send a winner from each side. I think that click was still a little bit loud there. Sorry about that. But one person from each side gets a trip to Vegas, where he does pay some money towards the he covers the entry, and then he also gave us some travel expense money. Don't honestly remember exactly how much it was, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at this point. Let's just get right into it. So I won the lag, and I hope you guys like the video here, because I'm playing with the color grading. I'm trying to clean this up a little bit and kind of make the balls a little easier to understand. Sometimes the lighting's weird in a pool hall, and they just like this, especially these, they've got a real yellow overhead light. So I'm trying to compensate. Hope you guys can see it. Hope it looks okay. So I chose stripes. Speaking of, what do you guys think of the new graphics here? I really like this one. I think it's nice and clean, very simple. And then I'm going to be editing the colors so they blend and they match specific colors on the in the video itself. So hopefully it kind of feels good. Hope you guys like it. I personally love it. Of all the different graphics I've tried, this one feels closer to what I envision, but you guys let me know, because I'm doing this for you. Let me know. Anyhow, so as you guys can see, oh man, I left myself bad on that one. I was trying to hit that. Let me get a hold of this dot right quick. I was trying to hit that with some top right and really send it, get around the 8-ball, but for some reason the spin did not hook. This is where we're left. I'm a little stretched to be able to get a comfortable jump. So it looks like I'm going to try to split a very narrow gap on that 1-4 and kick to whatever ball this is. I can't quite tell. So I'm trying to do a real rough measurement of my my kicking method. Went long with it. Looks like that's the 10 ball now that I can see the color. Now we have our first look at what Irvin's gonna do here. I don't know Irvin. Turns out he does play in my area, but or in my pool hall, but he's on a different night where I'm playing in BCA. So I've never seen him. This is the first I ran into him. I know he won the first match because I think we had 18 people in the bracket, if I remember correct. So if you see a 16-person bracket, there's always that 1 or 2 little offshoots that they have to play to get into the main portion. So he had to play an extra match, and I know the person he beat, and I was like, you know, they were similar rated, actually pretty. I want to say he was slightly lower, but either way. So I remember editing this one because it wasn't that long ago. This tournament was want to say 3 weeks ago. It might have been 4. I don't even know. So how many people there know that rule where you put your fingers, you want to kind of go like a wide peace sign? How many know that rule? It's not a dead fast guaranteed, but it's a good guide to at least give you an understanding when you hit top, or you have a decent rolling ball. Not extreme top, but the idea is you take one finger and you put it in line of where the object ball is going to go, and then, like, say if this is the object ball, then this line is going to tell you roughly what direction the cue ball is going to go. So he was checking, like, am I going to run into the 7? A lot of people will do that when you got a tricky shot and you're like, I think this is a scratch shot. So you throw it up there, kind of get a gauge. I used to do it an absolute ton when I think I was right around a 4 moving into an APA 5. Like I mean, I did this a lot, which is good. It really taught me to pay attention to the cue ball, you know, the position, the way that the ball is going to be rolling. I was really only a 4 for about a session and a half, and then I moved to a 5. But once I gained just enough confidence to believe, you know, on your most average everyday shot, I'm going to make that ball, then I really started paying attention to the cue ball. Because at the end of the day, the cue ball is the only ball you're really controlling. You don't control any other ball. All you can control is the cue ball. So if you shoot a ball with the intent of mentally thinking, I'm going to make this ball, well, all you can do now is try to control where the cue ball is going, what placement you've got, you know, what kind of speed, if you're going to add spin, seeing how that's going to react. And that, just the repetition of shooting and watching the cue ball, will teach you more about speed control than I can ever tell you or even show you on a table. Just look at what you're doing. It's the best advice I can ever give anyone when they're asking about cue ball control. Just watch it. You're the one shooting the ball, because I can tell you what the cue ball is going to do for me when I'm shooting it, but that's me, my stroke, my cue, because the cue will make a difference on what the cue ball does. So if you're shooting with your stroke and your cue, there's no better way to truly know where's the cue ball going. And Irvin had a really good shot, just barely over hit that. Wanted to hit that probably 30% lighter, so that way the cue ball held up and he could see. Oh, he's chalking. He's got one of those sticks off his cube of chalk, and that's what I saw. Shake. A little confused for a second, like, what am I looking at? But anyway, so he overrolled the 2 ball a little bit. He needs to really kind of play it safe here, but it looks like he's straight going for the gusto. And boy, howdy, look at that. Ooh. As my buddy John says, that's living right. Avoided the scratch. Has a makeable 1, even has an angle. Checking his line. Smart play. So anyway, I hope that makes sense when I was explaining about cue ball control. You know, it's always different when you're trying something crazy. When you're trying, like, you know, rail first carom to make a ball, like where it goes rail and bounces off another ball to go in, or, you know, a bank or something that's a little bit different. I get watching the object ball. Oh no, just barely hit the point. Left himself a decent 8, makeable 8. Good try, Irvin. So anyway, work on your cue ball control. That's all you can do. It's the most important thing in this game. Just saying. 8 ball top left pocket. Probably just gonna be a center ball stun. Little bit of side rail, but doesn't matter. It dropped. We'll take it 14-6. And as you can see, the race is 62-40. It's a 438. He's a hair over 100 points under me. So I need at least call it a rack. And with all USAPL, it is alternate break. I won the flip, or excuse me, won the lag. So not a bad break. Pretty good spread considering. And I mean, if you look at this, there's not really a bad shot. Like even the 14, look, excuse me, the 15 looks like it clears that 6 to go to the top right. You know, other than that, I think I'd probably shoot solids just so you don't have to shoot those 2 rail shots. Maybe a little bit of shape work for the 4, but not terrible. Good shot. I'd go and shoot the 1, pull back, leave yourself a nice easy 6. So like I said, I don't know Irvin, but what I learned from playing him, he is very methodical. He is a slower player. I wouldn't say he's like crazy slow. There's a few names I could definitely give in my area that are way slower, but he's very methodical. He seems to really be thinking through what's gonna happen and what's gonna go on, I should say. Not sure how to take this, but so I think he's gonna get on the wrong side of that 2 ball, or even worse, nudge it into a bad place. But he left himself a 4. I don't know if he was trying to get between that, would that be the 10-13? See the 2 maybe? I'm not really sure. Oh, just missed it. Left me a little over ball. Got my mom texting me. Mom, I'm gonna have to text you back when I'm done. Okay. Good shot to go ahead and shoot that 9 ball. Should be able to just rolling ball, split those 2. Okay. And move the 6 out of the way of the 15. So now the 15 has an extra pocket, which I don't hate. I guess between the 2, I like the 12 over the 11, at least for pattern. Nope, okay. Looks like just a little bit of a rolling ball, just a bit above center. About right there. Oh. Nudge the 10. Thankfully, it's still off, so if you've got to look at it, you got to take it now. It's easier to shape the 8 than it is to try to perfectly shape that 10. Yeah. Looks like I'm drawing straight back. Okay. I definitely like taking the 12 here. Using the 15 as a setup. So, looks like I am going straight low, just a little bit of stun. Bring it right back. A little more. I like it. So now I can just hit this as a rolling ball. Should hit roughly about the 3rd diamond, I would think. About right there. There we go. That's a good pattern. Good play. 28 to 11. So let me give you a little bit of backstory of this tournament. Ooh, let me fix my green screen's all messing up on you. Sorry, guys. So a little backstory. I actually played a tournament the night before, and I played decent, but it went late. The tournament, I didn't get done with the tournament and get packed up until 2:15 in the morning. By the time I get home, get to sleep, let my dog out. Actually, Michelle was out of town this weekend. And so by the time I let my dog out, get in bed, get to sleep. It's well after 3 a.m. I have to be up and again, gotta wake up, feed my dog, let her out again, and then get on the road by like 9:15 because I got to drive 45 minutes to another place to play this tournament right here. And I was amped. I was still going from the night before, and man, to go into this with no sleep. And I really wanted this because, like I said, this is a singles tournament trying to get an entry and money to go to Vegas here in, like, I think it's March or April. What I think it's, no, I'm sorry, February. It's in February for Vegas. So I was trying to get a ride to go. And so I was not happy. Had a late night, really frustrated. Oh, wow. He hit that real light. Ball in hand. I am stripes. So I came into this tournament. First off, had to take an energy drink early because I needed something to keep me going early. And I went into this with a completely different mindset than most, where usually I'm like, oh, I really want it. I'm really, fighting hard and mentally putting everything into it. And I was like, you know what? Just with the circumstance, plain and simple, it is what it is. I'm either going to shoot fantastic and crush it, or I'm going to shoot the worst pool, go 2 and out, go home and go home and nap. So I was kind of freewheeling. And anybody that knows, usually when you freewheel, that's usually when you're going to shoot pretty good. So little tidbit, a little bit of backstory. So I had ball in hand there. I tried to combo and drop his 3 ball and then leave him in a spot where he didn't really have a lot. Unfortunately, missed the combo and left a 5-2 combo. Good shot. 5 ball rolled out. I actually don't hate the idea of going ahead and take the triple ball combo. Take that 6. I don't even know what this other is. The 14 maybe. And then drop the 3. I don't hate. Go ahead and get that out. Leave the other balls. Because if you shoot that, you've got an angle. The cue ball is going to stun or slide out where you either have the 4 or the 7. You've got something else to play with. So yeah, I would see now you're straight on that 6, which means you have less chance, or if you make it, you're gonna have less chance of getting out and having something else to play with as another option. That's the benefit of 8 ball compared to like 9 or any kind of rotation game. You play rotation, you got to make the 2 to leave yourself the 3. At least in 8 ball, you've got some potential to look around, change things up, and decide, okay, let's recalculate and figure out a new pattern for where you're at. So, not sure I like starting with the 9 here, but all depends on the leave. Wow, I had some serious right English on that to check that up. So I sped this up because I got to wait on somebody at the table to my left. All right. I think that's a 10 ball. Let's go ahead and cut that in. Should be able to get around the 13. Worst case, leave me that. No, hit it. Nah. Under hit it. Had to text old mom, just say recording now. I can't reply to you right now, mother. So I'm recording this on January 5th. If anybody is in the area or has heard anything, we have a major snowpocalypse going on. They're calling it a blizzard. Some areas are getting really bad. I guess central Kansas, that's what she was texting me. Got a whole lot of snow. I got probably about a solid 7, maybe even 8 inches. That's not crazy. I've had that before. So Irvin made the one ball, the whatever that one, his last ball. I think it was a 7. No, would have been the 5 ball. The problem is he shot it without really much of a plan, or he just doesn't have the cue ball control. Now that's gutsy because that cue ball was going straight at the 8 ball. And even then, like, he's really playing what can I make? He doesn't really, and again, I don't know Irvin, so I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but I don't see him playing patterns or well thought out executions. And there's the diamond table biting them. You know, compared to your dynamos, your valleys, all these other tables, these still have a fairly wide pocket like most, but the shelf itself is just a little deeper. Therefore, I was trying to make that so the 8 had a home, but that shelf's a little deeper. So if you don't hit it pure like that, you go side to side, you can hang it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go long. 14, good shot there. So let's go ahead and take the duck. What am I gonna do with that 8 or that 8 ball? You know, if I take that 10 ball now, leave myself an angle on, I think that's the 13 here on this low head rail. Never mind. If I left it a little bit closer, I could, you know, hit and slide up. I don't know. Maybe I've got enough angle now to go top and just really force this. I did. And look at this. Got the leave that I wanted. Did not make the shot. Because now all I got to do is make that 15, roll forward, stop shot the, I think there's a 12 here on the right rail. I've got the 8. So missed the shot, got the leave, got super lucky on the accidental safe. So looks, I think he can see the full ball, but even though it's as hard or even harder of a shot, I think it goes easier if you kick at it. Go side rail, then hit the 3. I don't like where he put that 13. Looks like it's off the rail, at least from this angle. I think I see a slight gap. So let's let her get done. Let's take a look at this. I should be playing it safe here. Just nudge it, get it off the rail a little bit. Yeah. Did not get off the rail. Double kiss. Made it even worse. Ugh. No. Bueno. The only good news is that 12 looks like it's in the way for banking the 3. I can't help but, like, even when I'm in a pool hall, I just look around and I watch other people like this. You know, Irvin can't shoot, so I just watch her, and she like swooped forward as she's stroking that cue ball. She like had to swing her body into it. All right, so he's gonna try to bank this. Oh, never mind. There was plenty of room. Wow, that was a good shot. Only good news for me is that left it real long and tricky. It's a thin shot. And somehow undercut it. Ho. Okay, so now we're gonna play a much easier save. Should move that 13 out. Ooh, that was pretty light. I want to hit a little harder just to get it over over the pocket a little better, but whatever, it still goes. Left him a very tough shot. Yeah, I definitely like kicking that side rail much more than trying to go head rail and just for a hit. Looks like it's fairly close because that angle that he was just looking at, he's going to need a pretty decent amount of left English. Like, I would think that's going to be, grab a hold of this. I'm not even using this that much. Probably going to be a little bit, about a tip, maybe even tip and a half. Let's get like here. You know, if you go like 2 tips, your maximum on the outside, like out here, I think you're going to overspin it. Ooh, but he's also hiking up, so he's massing into this. That was a tricky one there. Just because the shape is going to be harder, you go ahead and take the 15. There you go. Make sure you get yourself the good right line on the 12 ball. Perfect. So now you hit this just as a running English. Get the cue ball a little bit towards the rail, just a little. Let's full stun it. I don't know if I like that idea. Because now you gotta come with a shot. Goodness, I spun that pretty good, didn't I? All right, let's get out the bridge. Just, you know, short people problems. I'm still far more comfortable with the bridge than I am an extension on something like this, even though as you guys know, I play with a very long bridge anyway. Bridge length, meaning. So, I like this. Oh, that was clean. Didn't scratch. 42 to 18. It's a bit of okay. I like it. Alternate break. It's a problem with my handicap because now, you know, I can't do this in 4. I got to win 5 matches. I could do it in 4 wins if I lose a rack and I get enough points. Like if I got 6 or 7 in a rack that I lose, then I could win in 4 wins, that is. Either way. Dry break. Let's see here. I think I like stripes just a little bit better. Just because that 3 ball is going to be tricky. The 2 ball's got a home. You know, the stripes, to me, I think are a better option. So, yeah, most comfortable shot. Let's get this. Let's barely get out. That should leave you the 14 or possibly the 11. I like the 14 a little better. Slight rolling ball. If I can see the 15, you gotta take it now. Like if I can hit that 14 without disrupting the 12, you're not trying to move it to the 11. You're not trying to make your life hard. Okay. At least it's out in the open. It's makeable to some capacity. Question is, what am I going to do with that 12 ball? Oh, if I stun out, leave myself between that 1-3, maybe? Oh, never mind. Let's go straight draw. Now I've got an angle on this. I can just basically just punch this into that left middle, nudge the 8. That should give me. I don't even need to hit the 8. I don't even need to hit the 8. They still got that shape. good angle to spin all the way out to the comfortable out in the open, not over the 7. Oh my goodness, that'd be a nice little table run. Boom. I will take that. So I gotta ask, what do you guys think of this? What do you think of this graphic? What do you guys think? Neat little trick I learned. I kind of like it. I think it was fun. I'm not gonna admit how long it takes me to do it, but it's fun. Add a little flair to the video. I love it. Not sure how much I'll do it all the time, but I dig it. I actually did it in my last. Actually, I think I did it in both of my last videos with Joey and Connor. Just theirs were side by side, so it kind of like thumped it. This one, I had the whole thing like twist. I don't know. Fun little aspect for me. I enjoyed it, but the good news is I am on the hill. He's still more than a rack away, so he is not on the hill yet. Now, off the break, this is still an open table, so you can play a dirty combo. You know, if I shoot that 1 and then go 7, I think it's 7-15, then I can go ahead and retain. Oh, and I just missed it. That would have gave me stripes. And stripes look good for the most part. But I missed it. So now we've got Connor. Connor was the last video. Sorry, Irvin. Now we got Irvin back to the table. Still open. I don't blame him. He's taking stripes. I think that's the... I think it's a 10 ball right here in the middle by the spot. So he's got to shape that a little bit. So if you guys notice the score, it did go up 1 point for me because I made a solid off the break. And even though, so that means it's open after the break, but nobody gets that point until it's solidified on who's which category. So he chose stripes, therefore I got the point for the solid. Not sure what he was expecting or what he was hoping for on that one. He didn't really do himself a whole lot of favors. He might be able to bank the I think that's a 12 here on this rail. It's so dark. Shaking my camera, sorry guys. Oh, he's calling the 11 all the way up. I do not like that shot. Make it or not, very rarely am I going to say that's the right shot. But he put me in kind of a weird spot. If the 6 goes, at least have a starting point. And it did. I probably was going to try to shape the 1, but being over ball, shooting around a ball, not going to be a high make percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, recalculate, come up with a new plan. Let's go ahead and take that 3. Does the 2 go? If not, you got to go ahead and use your safety net on the 1 ball. Kind of nudge the 8. Doesn't make a huge difference, but wait for table next to us again. So gonna go ahead and take the 7. That should shape up nicely. Get up table. That should shape me for the 5. I'm assuming. Double checking. I think you can draw back. Because it's one of those where it's going to be almost a simultaneous hit. You hit the 5, and then it kind of glances off the 10 to pull back. Then should leave you the 2 into the same pocket. Well, that's a lot straighter than what it looks like on camera. Because I'm looking, does the 10 go on the side, this right middle? I asked if he wanted it watched. Traditionally, what I mean by that is, do you want to have somebody else watch it? Not you, because no offense, your opinion doesn't really matter. But I didn't really nudge that 10 out of the way too much, so now I got to play the bank shot. Probably gonna have to fire this one in. Oh my goodness, that was a nice shot. Oh, same shooter, folks. Same shooter. Oh man. Attaboy, Todd. Good shot. Like I said, I kind of went into this freewheeling. One of those like, if I shoot terrible, I've got an excuse. I already know why. Mentally, I was going to be tired, so this is a mental game. This is a decent shot. You just got to make sure you shape it right. You're going to hit that with like a little bit of top left. But instead, oh no. Anyway, he concedes. So 70-22. Not a bad match. I shot pretty good. And, you know, he was a lower handicap, but let's just say there's some better talent. This was, in this entire tournament, I think the second highest Fargo rate at 551. There was another guy, he's right around like upper 560s. But of course, I have this extreme Calcutta tax on my name and it drives me nuts. So I was the highest in Calcutta. So I let a buddy buy it. I bought half of myself, and but that doesn't matter. Regardless, that was a good match. I enjoyed it. Irvin, thank you for fighting to the end. Don't worry, I got some more tournament coverage coming for you here shortly, and this is a good one. It's a ton of fun. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give me all that good stuff. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys.